was time for me to go grocery shopping right before we got sick, so that was rough. I mean, not that we were hungry, but we were a little hungry. There's construction going on outside. So we went to Target today, me and the baby, and I found this, like the holiday kind of creamers are out, and they had maple brown sugar oat milk creamer, and it's really good. I was like, that could go either way, because I don't want my coffee to taste like syrup or like breakfast. And it was like $4.99. It was the brand was Silk. So anyways, please give me a like, or if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, or comment. Let me know if you have been hit by this flu. I'm glad it wasn't COVID, and I'm glad it was short, but we feel so dehydrated, tired, and like malnourished right now. It's not a good feeling. But I was gonna I'll tell you about like how it all came about. I was at work out of town, and then I'm gonna tell you about my fever dream, or my fever TV viewing. So Friday I was out of town at work, and the baby was fine, everybody was fine, and I went to bed out of town because I work Friday and then I stay out over town and I work Saturday. So I'm away from the baby on Friday nights. I'm with my adult son. So went to bed, and whenever I wake up about 6 a.m., there's usually a text from my fiance about how the baby did the night before, which is usually really good, like usually excellent. With me, he's up all night eating. The nights he's with his dad, just his dad, he does excellent. He wakes up like one time, and I'm always like, okay, good for you, But this was the first time ever that he said that the baby did not do good, in a year. So I was like, well, what was wrong with him? And he's like, he keeps like throwing up or spitting up. But he wasn't mad about it. Like, he would spit up a little bit and then go back to sleep. And every once in a while he does spit up a little bit still. He's always been like a spit-uppy baby. So I'm like, his stomach must be a little upset or sour or something. I didn't think virus yet. So, or like maybe he didn't swallow his food good, because sometimes he's just like a pig and he just shovels it all into his mouth, and he doesn't chew it good, and then he spits up. So I have to work that whole day, and I get home Saturday afternoon, and he was fine. Like, he was playing with toys and kind of acting pretty good. And I had to take my teenager to like an indoor skate park. So she gets ready to go, and he spits up again. I'm like, I clean him up. I just he was kind of dirty, but I was like, okay, I just cleaned him up just for the ride, like, let's go. And so we all get in the car, and luckily I had brought the towel that I had used to wipe him up with a little bit. And we get in the car, buckled up, we go to get our friends. And this is how things get spread, and I'm sorry because at this point I'm still thinking his baby tummy is just there's no fever, no runny nose, no nothing. So we're in the car, we pick up our friends, and he starts vomiting. For real vomiting. So, I dropped them off at the skate park. She's in the back cleaning them up. I dropped them off at the skate park, get home. And from then on, things went downhill. So, he's sick, crying, whining, I'm holding him, and it's really exhausting on everybody because they don't understand why they're sick. So, that night was rough. He puked in the bed. The bed was disgusting. So he wakes up the next morning, and I have to strip all the sheets. If we're co-sleepers or whatever, so he pukes, and I'm wiping it up with diaper wipes and getting it as clean as I can just so we can get some sleep, because you cannot strip a bed in the middle of the night and go like, this might be something a little more. That was Sunday. So then it hit my teenager. Bad. Bad, 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 bad. She wanted McDonald's, which is, to me, yuck. But I was like, okay, like, I worked that morning just a little bit, and then she texted me to pick up McDonald's on the way back. I'm like, really? Do we have to have McDonald's? She's like, yes, I really want McDonald's. I'm like, whatever, you babysat, so you get whatever you want for lunch. So I bring the McDonald's back, and she was eating, like, we had the 2 cheeseburger meal. She ate her first burger, and then she took a bite of the second one. She's like, oh, no, I don't want this. This is so gross. This is so gross. And she, like, puts it back in the bag. She's like, I don't know why I wanted that. It's really gross. And then I got that was my first, like, little inkling. I'm like, uh-oh. So sure enough, she took a nap, and she woke up very, very sick. So she was just, like, hurling everywhere. And at that point, I started getting anxiety because I'm trying to take care of the baby and her, and I know what's coming to me. And I knew it was a matter of hours, and that's just, the waiting is the worst, you know, like, with anything, the wait and the anxiety over the wait is the worst. And the fiance works long hours on the weekend, so, you know, I'm the only one here to, like, the mountain of laundry getting higher and higher and higher because there's just towels and rags and dirty clothes everywhere. And I'm trying to do it because I'm trying to get everything done because I know I'm working with limited time before it's my turn. So about, like, my teenager is almost in tears. She's like, I can't handle this. I can't handle this. I'm like, patting her on the shoulder. I'm like, I know this is horrible. Like, she can't even keep water down. And I'm trying to help the baby, and she's like, you're my mom too. I'm like, I know. Like, give me a second, because she wanted different things brought to her, and then the baby's over there. Like, whew, it was rough. So about 7:30, my fiance gets home, and he can help with the baby at that point. So I'm finishing up a little bit of laundry. And mind you, I had a headache at work on Saturday, and then Sunday I had a headache too. It was just like a drill, like right here, and like right here, just a drill into my head. So that was like my first, like, looking back, I was like, my illnesses always start with like some kind of headache. So about 8:30, we make our way to bed, and I'm just laying there. I read a little bit, and I'm just like, all right, just try to go to sleep, but you're not gonna make it through the night. So midnight is when it hit me. So I got up and, like, got a bowl. My teenager was on the couch, and I just came out and was sick on the couch with her, like, till 4 a.m. That was the worst of my sickness, from midnight to 4 a.m. It was really bad. Like, it's not the kind of flu that you could work through. So I had to have my fiance call off for at least the morning of that day. So normally on that day he works a regular shift, but he had to work a half shift that day, which sucks because we cannot afford that right now. But there's no physical way I could have taken care of the baby as sick as I was. And I remember, so I'm having like all these flashbacks and triggers because I haven't been pukey sick like that sober. So to me, it felt straight up like, it felt like a horrible hangover. So it gives you anxiety, and it gives you these, like, you have dreams that you you have dreams that you ended up drunk somehow. That's why you're feeling like that. It's just horrible. And then I would have these can't function type of flu, and it was just me and a 1-year-old and a baby, and I was just like in my little apartment with no help, and I don't know how we lived through it. They were sick, I was sick, so I was having like these total flashbacks, and it was just so much illness, anxiety. It was just like this bubble of trauma, you know, that was just, oh, it was horrible. And I know I probably sound like I'm being a big baby. Like, when you're not sick, you don't remember how bad it is, you know. I don't know how to explain it. It's like labor. Like, you make it through your labor, and somehow it softens in your head a little bit, or else you'd never have another kid, right? That's how really bad flus are. So, anyway, it was just, then I watched, since me and my teenager were on the couch, at a certain point, it all blends together now, but a door just opened on its own. We started watching I Know What You Did Last Summer. And watching that while I was that sick was also kind of triggering, but weird, because I remember watching stuff while I was like drunk or messed up or whatever, certain stuff, and I'm like, is that really happening on the TV, or like, am I misunderstanding this or what? So anyways, the series, it's on Amazon Prime. It's called I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's kind of based on, I think, early 90s or mid 90s move. Maybe it's even late 90s. I don't know. With Jennifer Love Hewitt and a few other, maybe, was it Freddie Prinze Jr.? Wasn't it Ryan Phillippe? I don't remember all the people in it, but it's based on an old series of movies, or the old original movie. So, I'm watching the first few episodes of it, and it's like a house party, and they're all messed up. They're all messed up, and like on drugs and alcohol, and there is a boy puking, and I'm so sick, and he's puking, and I'm puking, and I'm like, oh, so again, I'm like, oh, having these hangover triggers. But they showed a full frontal of a guy peeing in a pool. Full frontal. I'm like, whoa, what the heck are we watching? Like, fast forwarded it because it's awkward to watch that stuff with your teenager. Anyways, they're all partying, and it's like, in this one, it's a twist, so it's not, it's about two twins, and there is, in the first episode, there is a argument between the twins, and then one of them, I'm gonna spoil this, kind of, but like, this happens in the first episode. So there's twins, and they get in an argument, and they're identical. They get in an argument at this party, and they both leave the party in each other's jackets, so their friends have them mixed up in their head. So after the fight, the one friend is driving, her other friends are in the car, and the other one is walking home, and they hit the twin that was walking. But because they were wearing each other's clothes, like they switched jackets at the party, and they were all drunk, and the driving twin did not let them know who she was. I know it sounds crazy, right? They had them mixed up, so they thought that they had killed we'll call her like the sad twin, not the party animal twin. They thought they had killed the sad twin, but really they had killed the party animal twin. And then that had all happened one summer, and so the rest of the show is about the next summer, and like her pretending to be her other twin, you know. And it's really good, but it did feel like a fever dream, and I don't know if it's because I was sick or if it really feels like one of those shows, because certain shows are like that, like Trainspotting is a fever dream. Let me know, like, what shows have you watched that feel like fever dreams? I can't offhand. I should make a list and do a video about fever dream shows and fever dream books, because some books are like that too. It's like you love them and you hate them. So anyway, that was my whole flu experience. We're all feeling about 75% better. We're just really tired. He's back. I had him on 1 nap a day, which was good because it was a nice solid nap. And now he's back to 2 naps a day because I just threw everything off. So it's 2 shitty small naps now that I have to work with. Plus I'm moving, so I'm boxing things up. I hurt my back already. I have to clean the shit out of this place. Yuck. The next few weeks are just gonna be kind of rough, but exciting. So, thank you for watching if you're still there.